Welcome back to Gin Gin Reviews of Middle Tennessee. As always, I'm your host, Joe. Let's leave it at that. So last night we did St. George here, and we did the Terrier. As you can see, I made a few cocktails, different ways of doing it. It worked out all pretty well, actually. The aviation was good. Negroni was okay. The piney resinously of it was on point, which is a classic. The GNT actually was really good when the citrus was added to it. If you want a reminder, that it's the video before this one. So tonight we're gonna go and open this guy right here. This is the St. George Rye Gin, made in Alameda, California. Same bottle as the other, with the punt cork in the front. I like that. You know, it's a little strange. See how this one here that I haven't reviewed yet, but I've definitely have opened. See, there's that picture right there, the bear trap, right, with the, I guess the martini in the middle. That one has the same one. It's not kind of weird, but this one here has the state bear of California, the black bear. Or was that the grizzly bear? Probably grizzly bear. You know, I'm from the East Coast. I don't remember too much, but I try to retain some things here and there. Alright, so let's see, on the bottle. It's a base of unaged rye. Gives this strange and wonderful spirit. Its warm, malty signature and rich mouthfeel. 6 botanicals, juniper berries, of course, Malabar, black peppercorns, caraway, coriander, and lime peel, and grapefruit peel. Good, just 2 citrus that I like. Provide structure and spice. Not for the timid, but compellingly neat. I know, honey. And a natural complement to bitters, citrus, ginger, and stone fruit. Alright, well, let's go over a little bit more of the information. Yes, honey, we're doing a review. You're in the middle of it. Put this back here, and we'll go over what I know. Alright, so it is the dry rye gin. Rye is a type of grain used to make whiskey, used to make any alcohol, actually, but it's an older style grain, used back in the day. More so, actually, it's coming back now, as I'm seeing in most liquor stores I'm at. Anyway, so this one here, St. George Spirits Distillery, it is 45%, just as the other 2 are. Made in California, like we said before. The style is a classic style or a Holland style. Holland style is more of Geneva, which I don't know if you could see the booths. See the booth right behind there is Ball's. Ball's is the original Geneva, which is the ancestor of modern day London dry gin. Alright, so around the turn of the 20th century, you could find 2 broad categories of gin brand names and local no-name gins. If you look at a Stockster's roster, and you will find these gins generically referred to by their grain. For example, barley gin or rye gin. Rye was once a somewhat common alternative grain for gin to be based on. And that way, St. George's Dry Rye Gin is a bit of a throwback. 100% distilled from malted rye on a 1,500-liter copper pot still. It's a little slow. The brain needs time to catch up with the mouth, or vice versa. In order to have the botanical presence of juniper complete with the flavorful base spirit. The team at St. George's increased the amount of juniper by 50% when compared to that of the other 2 styles that they produce. That's crazy. I like that. It's a lot of juniper. Let's hope it comes through that way. Alright, well, let's open this little bastard up right here and dig in. Alright, let's see. Does it have one of those things on it? No, it doesn't. I think I just took off the seal, but you can see it's still sealed. So here we go with the cork pop test. Last night wasn't too good, so I'm not expecting much. Ooh. Oh! Alright, that was pretty good. That must have been sealed a little bit different, huh? Yeah. Alright, well, let's do the old snooter. Let me put this down for a second. There's a lot of prep work I have to do for these videos, and sometimes I'm sampling certain mixers or tonics right beforehand to see what I can mix it with right after the video's over, so that I can come up with some kind of a cocktail with this for a future episode. And I used my shot glass and forgot to clean it out. Well, actually, I forgot to rinse it, but that's why we have a wet rag always on hand, the bar rag. And we have more shot glasses, actually, which are scattered throughout. Okay, the snooter test on the nose. Oh, well, it's definitely a different. Okay, so I could smell the rye. I could smell like a rye bread almost. On the back end is the juniper. It's there, but that's about all it's coming through at this moment. You don't want this, honey. Wow. Well, I mean, you can see the resinous, the piney juniper resin. See the legs on it? I like that. That means there is a lot of juniper in here. The caraway. You know, it's almost like a loaf of rye bread. Okay. Let's see what happens. Wow. It's almost like a wine. Like a dry, white wine. The burn is just the same as a 45% burn. It's traveling well. It's traveling midsection, going down. The juniper is there, but it's not so pronounced as I would think it would be. The lime, grapefruit. I think the lime and the grapefruit are sweetening it, making that dry wine taste that I'm getting from it, almost like a Lillet Blanco. Wow, it's very interesting. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Geneva or Genever, only because it's closely to a moonshine, and I don't have a palate for moonshine as I once did, maybe as a younger man. But this is delicious. It's very, very nice and clean and crisp. Wow. I mean, it's very different than I thought it was going to be. It's round and full. There's pine notes, I said, at the finish. It's still finishing there. But the juniper, despite, like I said, being so dominant, 50%, and in terms of the botanical bill, the ratio, it adds a woody, earthier character than just traditional pine. It reminds me again of the Jewish deli rye bread. Hey, you know, beautiful. All right, let's see how it's gonna go into the standard G&T that we make. I think Ange just got stuck. Okay, she's up and out of the couch now. All right, well, here's a piece of ice. Now I have cut my ice back a little bit because I found that in my new glasses, so I can't find one right now, by the way. I'm sure it's somewhere. It's either here, it's in my kitchen over there, or who knows. I know I didn't lose it though. I just misplaced it. Well, I I didn't make a slit on my ice pack, so hold one second there. See? All the big mystery of what's going on right down here. Okay, big mystery is this knife is a piece of crap. And I wish I had my pocket knife, but I left it in the car. Alright, here we go. We got it out. Woohoo! Finally, Jules. Alright, let's get ourselves a shatter of this beautiful, clean tasting spirit. You know, I got a feeling I could do a ton of stuff in cocktails with this. Love that. Alright, let's put the shatter here. Let's cork you back up, you bastard. You never know what could happen uncorked. Alright, let's get the old fever tree in position here. Yes. Yeah, I think I nailed it with the ice ratio there. It was almost to the point where I couldn't add all of my tonic. Sometimes isn't a bad thing, but I want it to be kind of a fair comparison to other ones that I've had. Well, as fair as I can get it, I guess, right? Alright, here we go. Oh, I can smell the rye. It's coming right up. It's like a wine spritzer now. I don't know if that was the intent that St. George here was going for. Maybe I'm the only one that's ever said that about this gin, but let's see what citrus does. I'll leave the peels in too, just because I want a little bit of bitterness. I have bitterness from the quinine, but it's not the same. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of grapefruit juice, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some orange, some Fee's orange bitters. Fee Brothers, some of the best. Yeah, we'll have 3 shots in there. 3 dabs will do you. Sorry, the music just gets to me sometimes. When I shut the camera off, you know, I'm up here dancing. Oh, no, it's just a little slowed down version. Coming to you live from New Orleans, or Nolens, as they say it down there in Louisiana country. From the backwoods to the front woods to the swamp and to the creek. Here we go again on gin reviews of Middle Tennessee. Alright, let's see how this goes right here with the citrus. Okay. I'm still getting that dry champagne almost flavor, but the citrus is now bringing out more of the juniper. It's bringing out more of the tonic of the quinine and the bitters that I put into it. It said it on the bottle. It meant it. You have to have some bitter in this cocktail, and I think that's where it's going to shine. In a Negroni, it probably will. It needs some bitters added to it just to give it that uppage. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Anyway, I definitely recommend all 3 of these guys right here. You know what? Since I didn't do a review of this one, of the Botanist version, a symphony of flavor composed of 19 different botanical ingredients working in a concert Our intricate recipe and skillful distillation combine to create a bright, beautiful spirit that is lush, floral, spicy, earthy, all at the same time, making this your preferred gin on its own or in a cocktail of any shape. And just for S&Gs, I'm going to do a shot of it and just go over what I'm outright smelling, tasting. Citrus, juniper. There's definitely a symphony. Now, I'm not going to say it's as close to Sipsmith's here, which is one of my absolute favorite. Or I'm not going to say either it's close to the botanist back there, because again, that one is, but you know what's really nice about this? I could drink it neat like that. I think I have most nights. I've had just a shot here or there. There's so many different botanicals. I taste cardamom, I taste orris, I definitely taste the angelica, the juniper is there, of course. There's citrus notes as well, like I said, there's lime up front, maybe lemon too. You know, out of all three of these, they're all different in their unique ways. I can't put a first, second, third type of thing on them, because again, they're all unique. You'd have to try them for themselves, which is really cool. If you do want to try all three of these, they do sell like a sampler's pack. I've seen, I think they come in, let's see, this is a $7.50, right? I think it's a $3.25 bottle. It's something, it's small, but it's not, you know, you could have 2 or 3 cocktails with it. It might be 150 milliliters, but hey, it's worth it. It's not too pricey on that point. Each bottle here, I think, retailed for about $35. So it's not on the cheaper end. It's not on the bottom shelf. Again, from 1982, the distillery's still there in Alameda. My sister was telling me that she and her boyfriend and my other sister, her twin, went to the distillery when I was posting the Terrier one yesterday. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I'd like to go out there one day just to see, you know, the dump that people live on now. Hey, I'm from Jersey, you know, the whole thing is a dump, so. All right, well, from me to you to me, and everyone else out there in Middle Tennessee, thanks again for watching our gin review, and hopefully you'll learn something, and hopefully you'll go out there and make yourself a nice cocktail, relax, kick back, try to forget about all the bullshit that goes on in your life and everyone else's, for just a little while anyway. All right, again, cheers, salud. Good night, good morning.